Hello everybody, JoeHotch here and welcome back to another live stream. You might hear a baby in the background and you might hear a TV in the background, but that's okay. So, what we're going to be talking about today is how to improve your aim and game in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019. So I am going to be actually doing a custom game and I'm going to be showing you tips on how to improve your aim almost instantly. I'm just going to pick a map and we're going to play against some bots. I'm going to show you the difference in these settings. So this is a settings video, different settings that are going to allow us to perform so much better than ever before. So let me, where is it? So we're going to King, and we're just going to, I don't know how many kills I'm going to get, so we're going to be doing a comparison with settings that what I used to use versus, you know, maybe that we're going to use now that are going to just make everything crazy good. So let's do bot setup. We'll put 5 and we'll put them on regular, which they're not hard, but they're not exactly super easy to kill. So, you know, you are noisy. Okay. So we're going to be going to King, and I'm going to get up a class setup. And so a little bit of info. I used to play with aim assist off. I don't know why, but for some reason I kind of thought it was cheating in a way. You know, I never really knew how, like, if it would automatically target enemies for you, which really, you know, I found out that all it does is it just slows down your aim when you're near an enemy. We're going to be going through the settings, the aim assist settings, and sensitivity that pro players use so you can do so much better. So first, let's pick a handgun class, just a basic one class with a handgun, and we're going to turn off aim assist. Now this may seem stupid because console players don't play with aim assist, but here is an example of what you shouldn't do. There are some people that I know that play without that play with aim assist off. You want to always have aim assist on, at least for console players, because playing with analogs is just a little hard sometimes. So this is with aim assist off, gameplay with aim assist off, and let's go with a really high sensitivity. Let's go with 17. So if you're playing with a high sensitivity, I'm going to try my best on these two comparisons before any changes and after. So I'm going to play with the before I change up the settings to improve my game, and then after. So this is the before, and then after should be so much better. So this is with aim assist off and a very high sensitivity. I will be doing my best to kill the enemies starting now. I'm going to do my best with the pistol, just the pistol only. So I'm going to do our best to kill them with aim assist off and a very high sensitivity. So I don't know if you can see, I am... Oh gosh. If you have aim assist off and too high of a sensitivity, you're going to be missing a lot of your targets, and you really can't snap on. You're going to be doing a lot of overcompensation, which you'll aim past an enemy, and then you have to reevaluate and lock back on. It takes too much time, and if you're playing against really skilled players, I see I didn't even lock on there. If you're playing against really skilled players, you're not going to stand a chance if you have aim assist off at all. So always play with aim assist. I really don't know why I didn't play with it. I just thought maybe... You know, I don't know, I thought it was cheating in some way. I've always played Call of Duty, but never really understood the aim assist thing, and finally turned it on, and my game literally instantly improved. Like, I was wondering why people on Gunfight were killing me from so far away, and it was because they had aim assist with pistol. I just couldn't figure it out. So anyway, we're going to try our best to kill as many enemies as I can right now with the pistols to show you just how bad it is if you have aim assist off. I'm genuinely going to be trying my hardest to kill them, so here we go. I guess officially now, starting now. So you can see there's a lot of missing. There's a lot of overcompensation. I'm missing my target, and I can't really snap onto any enemy because without aim assist, you're relying, it's like a linear sort of setting. You're relying on you and your analogs only with no aim assist, and it is horrible. It is absolutely awful. I used to play on 20 aim assist. Or 20 sensitivity with aim assist off. Never do that. Okay, so let's actually try. I'm not going to talk here for a second. I'm going to show you how bad I'm going to do. Truly trying my hardest to kill them without aim assist. As soon as I see him, I'm going to try. So here we go. Oh, this is horrible. I'm actually trying my hardest to kill enemies. Like, I'm really trying my best. It is not working out for me. This is how I used to play. I just turned it off because I didn't think it made that much of a difference. So again, we're trying to kill enemies with aim assist off to show you just the major difference it makes. So now that you have the idea of how awful aim is without aim assist, let's make it a little bit better by lowering the sensitivity. Just a little bit better. We're going to lower it to 12, let's say. Let's see how much better we do then with a lower sensitivity. Lower sensitivity means you're more accurate, obviously. Okay, so we're still missing, we're still overcompensating on our target, but it's not as bad. Yeah, we're definitely doing better than we were with low ammo. Got stunned there. We're definitely doing better than when we had the 17 sensitivity, but you see there's still so much overcompensation. Like, I can't snap onto my target, and I'm basically I'm just playing horribly. And Yuna's has her toy in the background. She's freaking adorable. So, so you see I'm playing a little bit better. I'm getting on target a little bit easier. However, I'm still having a lot of trouble snapping onto the targets, which when you're playing competitive or you're playing, you know, you're playing against really, really good people, you're playing gunfight, which every bullet is critical, you need to learn how to snap onto your target, and you simply cannot do it without aim assist. It is horrible. So let's switch to, let's do a marksman rifle without aim assist. Let's see, we do a little bit better, I'm sure, but let's see how this goes for us. Yeah, this is not good. I consider myself a really good player, but without aim assist, I mean, this is, oh gosh, it's horrible. This is going to be a fairly long video with very in-depth settings, so you know just what you need to do to play at your absolute best, which I know what to do, and I will teach you. So aim assist, again, we're not getting any slowdown when we're near the target, which is just absolutely traumatic if you're trying to do well. Again, I'm trying my best, I'm trying to play my best, my absolute best without aim assist, and it is just simply impossible. So I did show you a little bit of a tip, which was lowering the sensitivity. That sensitivity tip we'll go more into depth into that later, but right now we're focusing on the without aim assist. Now, these bots aren't hard, mind you, it's just the fact that aim assist is off. This is how much of a difference it makes. If you do not have aim assist off or on, you need to get it on now. Like, whether you feel like you're cheating or not, it's not. I mean, you simply cannot play. I mean, look at this. I'm literally trying to hit my targets. I'm not faking this for views. I'm actually actively trying to hit my targets, and I simply can't. Because of aim assist, there's no assist. That was a pretty nice kill. Let's try and kill him with a pistol. That worked. So, now you're kind of getting the idea why you never play with aim assist off. If you absolutely have to play with aim assist off for some reason, like you have to, or you really, really want to, my recommendation is to play on a lower sensitivity. So, let's go to like an 8. So again, we're lowering the sensitivity to increase our accuracy, which is what you want if you're going to play with aim assist off. I don't recommend it. Don't play with aim assist off. Take the ego out and play with it on. So let's run around again with an 8 sensitivity with the marksman. Let's keep doing the marksman rifle, and we'll see how much better we do with a lower sensitivity. I know I'm dying a lot, but this is just to show you how bad it is if you do not have aim assist off. And even then, lowering my sensitivity still doesn't make that big of a difference when aim assist is completely off. Let's run around again. I'm going to kind of be quiet here and just show you. You can see I'm really struggling to lock on, like really struggling. This is horrible. Okay, so I'm pretty sure by now you've gotten the idea. Let's turn... I don't know what, dude. Let's turn aim assist on. We're going to go to my favorite, which I think is standard right now. I'm still in between precision and standard, but let's even go to the worst, which I think is focusing. Now we have aim assist on. It's just on the worst aim assist setting, which is what I believe it's the worst. That's just an opinion. So now let's try it on 17. We're gonna go back to 17 what we started. Actually, we're gonna bump it all the way up to 20. Let's see how much better we do with the sensitivity all the way up. And aim assist on, even on the worst aim assist setting. So as you can immediately tell, there's a lot more snappiness happening. I am locking onto my target much easier. I'm not missing as many shots. Of course, I have a lot of bots running around. So we have aim assist on, which is on focusing, which I don't like. These bots keep hiding. Jeez, oh Pete. Oh, they're really kicking my butt today. So we're on 20 sensitivity, and we are. You can tell I'm doing much better than what I was when I had aim assist completely off. I mean, you can just tell. It's not a huge difference with 20 sensitivity, because that is an insane sensitivity. That's something I want you to learn is too high of a sensitivity, even with aim assist, you're still going to suffer like horribly. That's why I went it all to 20. I know this is still going to be bad, but hang with me and it will get so much better. But you can immediately tell it is much more snappy to focus onto a target. It's no longer I'm really not struggling as bad as I was without aim assist. I'm locking on much more. And of course they keep killing me. Like this is crazy. So it's much more snappy, and I'm getting much more control, even on the worst aim assist setting. I'm getting much more lock-on. Even on playing 20 sensitivity, which I don't recommend. I mean, if you can do it, it's up to personal preference. All these settings, at the end of the day, is what you want to do. I mean, you can tell I'm doing worlds better than what I was when I started without aim assist. So let's go down to 12, and now we are on we're still on the focusing. Let's do the pistols now with a lower sensitivity, which is what you need to play on. As you can see, it is very snappy now. I mean, we are locking dead onto a target. And we are playing so much better than what we were a few seconds ago when we had that 20 sensitivity on. So you can see, even with aim assist, there are still so many other factors that contribute to how well you're going to do. Yeah, I'm doing worlds better. This is on. I was playing as hard as I possibly could with aim assist off. And even with the high sensitivity. I think there might be too many bots. I think that might be part of the problem. But you see, I'm snapping onto my target so much more. I'm not really having too much problem killing a lot of them. So let's go back to the carbine. Let's do some of that. I was confident in that bullet because of aim assist. That's how much of a difference it makes, so. As you see, I'm barely missing anything, and again, trying my hardest to kill them with this marksman rifle, so. I think they're all congregating over here. so much more snappy, and I am locking on so much easier than... I'm actually not even missing. So this is aim assist with a low setting. I can't use, part of the reason why I'm doing bad is because I'm on this aim assist. Dude, this aim assist is for new players, and I'm definitely not new. So let's change it to my favorite, which is, we're gonna die there. Standard. Let's do standard, which the lock-on radius is... The lock-on radius is wide. It's kind of a square over the enemy to give you a more slowdown, more of a slowdown. So it's not just the aim assist isn't just on the character model. There's a bit of a square on the character. That hurt. Missed one shot there and killed them all real easily. This is what aim assist does, and this is one of the settings you need to increase your game. I mean, seriously, this stuff works wonders. Absolutely just works wonders. And a low sensitivity. Of course, that goes hand in hand with aim assist. Is you don't need too high of a sensitivity. Kill him with that. So now let's talk about other settings as well. Let's actually what other firearm should we switch to? Let's go to the new weapon, the Striker 45. Now we're gonna run and gun with that aim assist off. I'm just gonna do my best, not really talk, and gonna show you with my settings. I don't know if these are my exact settings, but the settings that are close to what I use. Let's just see how well we do. Oh, wow. As you can see, I'm snapping on the target. There's barely any overcompensation. I'm not swinging over the target and then locking back on. I might go a little bit over, but not nearly as bad as what I was doing when I had it completely off, which never play like that. Like that is a stupid way to play. I'm getting the shots off, and I am staying on target, which is absolutely important. So I hope you can tell the difference, but we are not done with the settings yet. Let's switch to another rifle. Let's switch to the M4A1 with the 9mm and no stock. Don't mind the akimbo. That hurt. So I should just stay back. These guys are they love spamming the shotgun. So I hope you can tell just how big of a difference this really makes. I mean, insane. Oh my gosh. They love their shotguns. Switch to the Scar. Let's do some of that, or not. Okay, so you get the idea. Let's lower the bots a little bit and go on a different map. Let's go to a more long-range map, and we'll do stack. That's a good map to do it on. So I know I died a crap ton, but you can tell the immediate difference with aim assist on versus aim assist off. We're going to go to stack, and we're going to repeat that process, and before we do that, I'm going to go into, just get straight to the point. I'm going to get straight to the point after showing you that. I'm going to go into the settings that you want to use, and then we'll do that. So let's change that to stack. We'll lower the bots to 3, just to really show you the accuracy as opposed to me dying a whole bunch. Like I said, those bots aren't, they're easy, but you know, they're pretty quick, and they like to spam shotgun. So what are the settings that I use? So tactical, the reason I use tactical is because it swaps the circle with R3, which is, R3 turns into crouch or prone, and circle turns into melee. Now the only downside is melee, you have to move your finger away from the thumbstick, which I mean, if you're not aiming with you can't aim with the analog and use the circle at the same time. That's the only downside. So I'm using tactical, which swaps those. So now you can do a lot of drop shots, which is holding down R3 as you shoot, and you lower below the enemy's line of fire, and then you take them out that way. So I would recommend tactical, but experiment with these. You can definitely see the changes. They're highlighted in blue, and choose which one is best for you. But tactical is something that a lot of pros go with. Sensitivity, I don't use 12. That's probably why I was struggling just a little bit. I actually, now, with the new settings that I recently adjusted to, I use about an 8. Pro players, of course it depends, because they're going to be playing pro matches, and they know who they're up against, and they know the map really well, and they usually don't play team deathmatch. They usually do like search and destroy, domination, gunfight, things that are more linear, that they don't really have to look behind their back a whole lot sometimes. But they usually stick between a 6 and an 8, and 6 even then is really low for me, but I rock an 8 and an 8 for horizontal and vertical. Again, play around with these to choose which one is best for you. So let's go to ADS sensitivity multiplier. This is how fast you move or you aim down sights in relation to your stick sensitivity. So if you have a 16, let's say you have a 20 stick sensitivity for horizontal and vertical, your sensitivity is 20. You'll be technically moving as fast as a 40 when you aim down sights for low zoom, although it's not actually, you're not moving as fast as a 40. It's just this, a 1 is a 1-to-1 ratio. So when you're aiming down sights, you do move slower, even if it's a 1-to-1 ratio for your horizontal and vertical sensitivity. You do move slower aiming down sights regardless, even if it's a 1-to-1 ratio. So technically, if these were both 1, these multipliers, aiming down sights, if this was like 20 and this was 20, it's kind of like actually like moving like a 12 or a 13. It doesn't move as fast as a 20 aiming down sights, but this is in relation to your stick sensitivity when you aim down sights. So if it's a 1-to-1, these are both 1, and your sensitivity is 20, that is what it'll be like aiming down sights. Low zoom is anything less than 3.25 magnification, and high zoom is anything, ADS, for the high zoom is anything more than 3.25, so like sniper scopes, or the Browning scope on a shotgun, or an ACOG that's really zoomed in, things like that. This is for like iron sights, and anything less than 3.25 magnification. So aim response curve is a really weird thing I wanted to go into. You have standard, linear, and dynamic. To explain these real quick, aim response curve is how fast the camera, or how fast you move around in relation to your thumbstick movement. So standard, with standard aim response curve, the further you move your thumbstick away from the middle, where the thumbstick naturally rests, the faster it builds up. So at first it's slow when you move like 10-20%, and then the more you move away from the middle, the faster it goes to normal sensitivity. So if you have 20 sensitivity, when you barely start moving out, or when you barely move out, even holding it all the way to the right, it moves at 20 to 30% movement, like maybe like 14, 15 sensitivity. So this is a build-up sensitivity. If you want to kind of be precise, this is definitely for you, the standard, because it's slower at first moving, and then this is all for aiming, not for the left analog. That's obviously just for running. But for the right, for aiming, this sensitivity builds up over time. So the more you hold it down and move, the faster it builds up to the sensitivity that you have set. Linear is 1-to-1 ratio. It is super, like, I don't know, it's weird. It's however much you move your finger on the analog is how much your character is going to move in game. So, you know, if you're wiggling your finger around a whole bunch just to test it, like you're just wiggle, 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 it's going to go, it's just weird. It's a 1-to-1 ratio. There's no slow build up to the sensitivity that you have set. It is automatically moving no matter how much or how little you're moving your stick. It is, it maps directly to your aim rate, which is what it says there. So how fast you're moving your thumb is how fast your character moves in game. There's no slowdown, and there's no there's no fast at first, and there's no slow at first. It's 1-to-1 ratio. And dynamic is actually opposite of standard. It moves fast at first, and then the further you get away from the middle, it goes slower. This is really good for long range, and it's actually good for close up too. So I would recommend dynamic. I use dynamic. So dynamic is basically the opposite of standard. It starts out fast and then it goes to slow the further you get away from the middle. When you're like holding it all the way holding it all the way to like the left, right, up, down, it slows down. Really good for long range because, you know, the sensitivity slows the further you're away from the middle. So I use dynamic. Actually going to adjust this back to what it was. So I set my low zoom, which is less than 3.25. I set that a little bit lower so I can be a little bit more accurate when I'm aiming down sights, and then the high zoom for like you know, big scopes that zoom in far. I have that sensitivity just multiplied a little bit higher than what these are set, just because when you're zoomed in, you can't see it. You see way less of the map, so it's good to have to move a little bit quicker. So you know you're not getting caught and you're not dead. So that's the button layout. This stuff, that just depends. I mean, I would never invert vertical look. If you can play like that, you're a boss, I guess. But I don't play like that personally. So aim assist, obviously, don't ever disable it. I think I started disabling my aim assist around Black Ops 4 or 3, and it was a really stupid decision. So let's go over these. These are easier to explain than the aim response curves. Those are weird, but so let's go into aim assist. So standard is, imagine, I guess, a 2-foot all-around square around your target. That's when the aim assist kicks in. And aim assist is basically, it just slows down, it slows your sensitivity when you're near a target so you can be accurate. If it's disabled, like I mentioned earlier, I said it was something like the aim response, it was linear. What I meant by that is that there's no slowdown. It is whatever you're doing on your analog is what translates to the game. Don't ever disable it. You will play like absolute shit. So, standard is, imagine like a 2-foot by 2, a big square, a 2x2 square of slowdown around your target. So when you get near a target, not on them directly, but when you get near them about 2 feet away, that's when the slowdown kicks in. And the slowdown rate is the same for each of them. There's not a difference in how much it slows down. It's all the same. Then precision is the aim assist. The aim slowdown only kicks in when you're actually on them. It doesn't kick an inch away from them. It kicks on only when you are directly on them. When you're aiming on the character model, when your sights are locked in on the actual model in the game, that's when the aim assist kicks in. It says it's best for accurate players, but honestly, like, I almost feel like there's a little tiny bubble on the outside of the character model. I doubt it, but I honestly, I might do better with precision than standard. I don't know. You know, the good thing about standard is it does kind of drag you into the target when you're like 2 feet away. It's good for like going around curbs, curving around a corner, because it locks on and kind of drags your target, kind of drags your camera towards them. That's nice. So focusing is, I don't really understand it, but I guess focusing aim assist is when you miss a target, like you're shooting and you miss. It's good for new players because it kicks in when you're trying to recompensate, and aim back on the target, which I don't like. It just feels weird. I wouldn't use focusing. So either standard or precision. Not this and not that. Not disabling. Don't turn it off, and don't use focusing. And I honestly would do, if you want more aim assist, like if you're more comfortable with a bigger aim assist bubble around a target, then go for standard. So that's what we're gonna. That's what we're gonna play. Now the reason why I'm not covering some of the settings, I'm just covering the main ones, is because all this is optional. I mean, if you want to weapon mount by aiming and then holding circle or whatever you're setting controller settings on, then do that. those are just, that's nitpicky stuff. That doesn't really change how good you play. So let's see. Let's make sure I didn't miss anything. So button layout, yeah, stick default. Got all that. I always recommend with high zoom scope, set your sensitivity multiplier just a little bit higher than 1, maybe 1.10 or 1.2, 1.3, even if you want 2. I mean, that's a little high, but you know, what really matters is aim assist, definitely, and your sensitivity. So anything I say above an 11, yeah, I wouldn't necessarily say you're doing yourself a negative. It's just that it can be a little hard sometimes with like handguns and some of the semi-auto rifles to readjust when every single shot on a semi-auto gun is so important. So an 8, a 9, maybe a 10, maybe even 11, that's fine. But I think anything higher, honestly, let's say a 12, you're probably not doing yourself good. But it's all personal preference. Just take this with a grain of salt. Just do what you want to do. But this definitely does, aim assist and sensitivity does definitely help. So general settings, brightness, I don't really mess with that. I mean, my brightness is perfect. I've got a really good monitor, so there's nothing really that needs adjusting. Film grain, turn that off, because film grain just makes it a little grainy, and if you turn it off, you have a more clear picture. As well as, let's cover turn off controller vibration too. I mean, that's little, but I think that vibrations can sometimes distract people. So if you want, turn that off. That's in the controller settings. Then let's see here. World motion blur and weapon motion blur. Obviously, when you move, world motion blur blurs the world, the buildings and the structure, the grass, the fields, whatever. Weapon motion blur blurs your gun when you move. I mean, it's like real life, because things do blur when you look around really fast, but it will severely hurt your game. Say there's like an enemy in that window in that picture. If you have blur on, he's going to blend in with that brown inside that window. So turn these off. World motion blur and weapon motion blur. It looks a little funny at first. You'll get used to it. So audio mixes. If you have headphones, boost high or boost low is what you want to do. I don't really like boost low, because I think part of the experience of playing this game is hearing how awesome the guns sound, and boost low kind of softens them when you shoot. I don't think it softens the enemy firefight going on, but when you shoot your gun, it kind of muffles it. It's really weird. So boost high is what I like, because you can hear footsteps better and things like that. Even boost is better than studio reference. Studio reference is really soft. So boost high boosts the sound effects that are really that are hard to hear, like footsteps and a grenade dropping next to you, things like that. So if you want to hear the little things that are really important in gunfights, like footsteps and where people are coming from, use boost high or boost low. If you have like a surround sound system, use home theater or dynamic home theater. Just play around with that, whichever one you like. Master volume, that's whatever. Hit marker sound effects, doesn't matter. You have the classic and you have the new sound effect. If you want to hear your, they do have actually effects I didn't know about, but you can actually change, like you can have like a, where is it? That actually wasn't it. The voice chat effect, like you can make it sound like they're on a comm, like it's staticky. You can actually add an effect. I wouldn't do that if it's absolutely critical that you hear other players. Just don't mess with that. So again, we covered, before we get into the gameplay, we covered I use tactical. My settings, horizontal and vertical, are 8 and 8. Those are my sensitivities. And then low zoom multiplier and high zoom multiplier. I put the low a little bit less so I can be more accurate, and then high zoom a little bit faster because, there's less that you can see when you have a high zoomed in scope. So aim response curve, use either standard, in my opinion, or dynamic. Linear is a bit weird. You can if you want. I think we might test that in game. Then we have aim assist. I do standard. Use standard. Precision. If you have to, use focusing. Don't use disabled. It's ugh. And if you have to use disabled for whatever reason, do yourself a solid and lower your sensitivity down low, because you will suck either way. Trust me. And then those are really it. I mean, sensitivity, aim response curve, turning off the world motion blur and everything, and your multipliers and all that. So multipliers, not markipliers. Let's get a where is it? Let's get a basic class. Let's get a very basic class setup. Something that, a lot of people use. Let's do just an M4 with, that's fine. That pistol's fine, actually. So we're going to get into this match and show you how I do. This is a small enough map that I can show you the kills quickly, but long enough that I can show you how accurate you can be at long ranges with your sensitivity and your aim assist and everything. So again, let's test with the aim assist off. Let's go fairly high, not as high as we did last time, but let's turn the aim assist off. Let's try and honestly do our hardest, do our best to kill these bots. Ooh, I don't know why that's like that. I guess I messed up. Where is that?
Team
Turn the
deathmatch. Get your teeth out. Time to hunt.
Okay, there we go. Let's do our best to kill them. Let's start with the pistol, with aim assist off. Yeah, that's not good. I'm really trying to aim. I'm doing my best with aim assist off to really hit that target. I'm not exaggerating. I'm really doing my best to kill him. I don't want you to think I suck. Aim assist is off, and I'm showing you how much of a difference it makes. Jeez, OP, wasting. I'm just overcompensating so much. Let's heal for a second. Gosh. You can only do well with aim assist if you're like point blank, if you're like close quarters. Other than that, you will just... That is just horrible. It's actually frustrating. That's how bad it is. Again, I'm not exaggerating just how bad this is. Go on and test it yourself. I'm actually not doing too bad right now. We're pretty close up. Got that kill right there. So it's gonna be... Yeah, this is not good. Oh gosh. I've not hit him. Oh gosh. This is why I was doing so bad at the game at first. I was an idiot to turn it off. If you want to play around with it, it honestly is kind of fun because you're just so bad. And I'm sure like pro players could even do better than I ever could with aim assist off. Nobody plays like that though, except console. PC players, the mouse gameplay is so precise that you really don't need aim assist, although I'm sure it helps. Let's really try and kill him. There we go. I'm gonna... Oh gosh, this is horrible. You can see just how much your gameplay changes when you take off aim assist. It's horrible. It is just embarrassing. I feel like when I turn back on aim assist to show you guys, I get worse. But I promise, don't turn that crap off. It really helps. M4 is going to be a little bit easier to kill them with aim assist off, just because, you know, fully auto and it doesn't kick as high as a handgun. Not doing too bad with the, yes, sir, I'll take it back. Oh my gosh. Can't do it anymore. Let's turn on aim assist. Let's do standard. We'll show you just how much better we got. As you can see, I didn't miss nearly a single shot. I mean, everything is snap-on now. Taking out targets quickly, and I am locking on. I'm snapping on the targets, and then aim assist takes over. And it does all the work for me. Cool. Oh my gosh. Again, I'm trying my hardest to kill them. Doing my best, not exaggerating here. Really showing you just how much better aim assist makes you. I'm just, yeah, you can just immediately tell. And I'm not trying to camp around and wait so I can look better. I'm, again, really trying to... Really trying to play better here. I got stabbed. Wonderful. can definitely tell that this is helping. Let's try with the M4. Let's play a little bit with the M4. I mean, there's no overcompensation. I am locking on. And if there is, it's like maybe a fourth of a foot. Yeah, this great stuff. Let's play with another gun. Let's play with the carbine again. We have a longer range map, so let's fool around with that a bit. Make sure my things are right. Dynamic, yeah, everything looks fine. Oh, hi there. Ow. Okay. I can definitely tell there's a big difference. Let's the deagle a little bit. Again, aim assist is on. Even then, turning around, still snapping on the target. Very, very important you guys have these settings on. Nice. Play something we haven't played. Let's play with the dragon off a bit. Let's turn this back off. We're going to turn the aim assist totally off again. Show you the difference. Yeah, I forgot this was actually let's play how I really play with the low sensitivity that I recommended, because I said anything above 12, you're not really going to be doing yourself any favors. So let's try this out again. Let's play with this. Oh, that's actually a Kimbo. Let's change that. Let them kill me. So we're on the exact settings that I play with. Let's see how well I do. Yeah, there's no overcompensation. It's all locking on. Woo. Now 8 might seem a little slow to you at first. It might a little bit weird, but you still have plenty of time to turn around. Maybe not as much time to turn around to take someone out as you would with a higher sensitivity, but there's still plenty of time. Let's switch to this. Let's play with the rifle a bit. I doubt any of them are going to touch me now. These settings will change the way you play forever. I guarantee it. Switch back to the pistol. The hell are they? Play the crossbow. Let's see how accurate we can be with this thing. Before I close out this video, you guys got the basic settings. There's no missing with this. Except that one time. Oh wow, look at that. What last gun should I close? Let's close this off on the striker with aim assist. And a low sensitivity, of course. It is Snap City from here, I can tell you that much. Yeah, play with aim assist, same, ooh. Play with aim assist and play with a low sensitivity, and you will do very, very well. Let's finish this off with this gun, and then we're going to close it out. Oh my gosh, they just can't stop me. Just can't stop me. Nope. Nope. This is great. This is this is wonderful. What are you doing up there, boy? Alright. Hope you guys liked this video. If you did, like, comment, subscribe. I know this was they're very messy, and I did die quite a bit. These bots are a little bit weird. They're not necessarily hard, but I mean, they can be a little bit difficult at times. They like to spam certain guns. Shotgun. Yeah, anyway, so hope you guys liked this video. If you did, like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys definitely in the next video. If you want more tips and tricks videos, just let me know. So I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.